Every roofing company trying to scale past 8 figures is going to run into a few core problems that will hold them back. Stick around for just a few minutes to hear exactly what they are. First off, I'm Hunter Ballou here with the roofing community. Many of you know me from our Facebook group, Roofing and Sales Community, maybe our event RoofCon, or maybe you've heard about our retreats. Regardless, even if you haven't heard of me, it won't take much digging to see that we've helped hundreds, even thousands of roofers relieve stress, increase income, and grow as leaders while securing a legacy they're proud of. Just a few years ago, in early 2017, I started my own roofing company, Cornerstone Construction. I had no clue what I was doing, no industry knowledge, no experience in roofing sales, nothing. This year, we've already put $12 million on the books and $15 million in sales conservatively. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how we pulled it off. The mindset, the strategies, the tactics, everything you need to put in place to turn your roofing company into a multi-million-dollar machine. And it's way more simple than you would think. So it doesn't matter if you plateaued at $3 million, maybe you're breaking the $5 million mark, but want better systems in place to ensure that you don't have issues breaking 8 figures. Maybe you just want to surround yourself with a group of owners that are focused on growth and impact, and you want them to hold you accountable. After you see the results for yourself, you're going to get an invitation to secure your place in the premier mastermind for roofers who want more. So if you're struggling to generate consistent leads, recruit top sales reps, or produce the results you want, this is your chance. So let's dive in. In only 3 years with zero experience, I built my roofing company to over 8 figures. I didn't have to go crazy. I didn't have to sell my soul to the devil. I've been able to spend time with my family and friends, go on trips I've always dreamt of, and most importantly, I've been able to give back to the community. Now, I'm not going to pretend it was always easy or even profitable. I left my job, my full-time job at the fire department, December 22nd of 2015. I saved up and I was prepared to start my business. I remember it was the day before an event in Orlando, and I realized that all the cash I had saved up to this point was gone. Now you're probably thinking, what do you mean you realized? Well, I never really looked at the bank accounts. I didn't check credit cards. I just thought I was good. I thought I was going to make it. I never doubted that. My wife came to me in my office and told me we had to make a payment. I was completely shocked. $60,000 cash gone. I'd blown it all trying to start my business, and I racked up $22,000 in debt on a credit card on top of losing the cash, $60K. I almost stayed home instead of going to the event. I was so nauseous. I was sick to my stomach the entire ride down and throughout the event. But while I was at the event, I met some good buddies and I made some good decisions. One of those was to start Cornerstone Construction as a case study for my marketing agency I had started. We launched in May of 2017, but I can honestly say I never took it seriously until the beginning of 2019. With just 2 years of real effort and pushing hard, we set a goal of $10 million. I had relationships I'd built in the industry with many of the big names you probably know, and they told me it just wasn't possible. Cornerstone crushed the $10 million mark this year within 2 years of full effort, just building the dream team. Now, Cornerstone's based in my hometown, a place called Travelers Rest, South Carolina, population 5,000. As a kid from small town USA, I didn't have a whole lot growing up. My parents got off into the drug scene. I graduated 189 of 212. That's right, 189 of 212 folks. I almost made the cut for the bottom 10%, but not quite. I never cared too much about school, obviously. I saw the military, the Marines specifically, as my way out to create my own life. I tell these two stories that are coming up. You're probably going to think, what are the odds? But I remember as a kid, my family had this old Astra van. It didn't have any heat. So in the winter, on the way to school, my brothers and I, we'd fill these 2-liter bottles with hot water and we'd cling to them for heat. And then when I got in the Marine Corps, I thought I was going to change my life. And I found myself out in the desert, 29 Palms, clinging to gallon jugs with cold water because it was so hot you couldn't sleep. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but those experiences lend to a huge part of my perspective. My desire to help others comes from a place of feeling like so many people doubted me. Nobody thought I could reach my dream of becoming a millionaire by 30. Nobody thought that I could grow an 8-figure company or have 100 families depending on me. I wanted to be that person for as many people as possible, the leader that helps others realize their self-worth. The man that helps them kick the haters to the side so they realize their full potential. The person that I never had. I wish that I could say that I began with the end in mind, but I really didn't. At the start, I was really just thinking small. I started Cornerstone, and I just knew that I had this goal of getting to 7 figures, to use my company as a case study, and then get to $1 million by 30. Those were my goals. To me, that was winning. That was getting out of my situation. That was proving others wrong. And I thought, if I sell a bunch of roofs, if I run some ads, if I just hustle harder and just continue to put in the effort, I can make it happen. But in roofing, we all know that making $1 million and having fun are impossible when you try to do it alone. Building a team is a way to have fun and make an impact. And what I quickly found was that I didn't know how to hire people. So let's jump into our core problems. Here's core problem number 1, recruiting. So keep listening. I didn't know how to recruit the right sales reps or the right office people. But what if I could recruit them? What if I had the right people? I didn't know how to train them. That's core problem number 2, effective training. Then, once I managed to train them, I immediately came across our 3rd core problem, creating and communicating a unifying goal. A goal and a reason why that encourages them to stay. How can I get my team to believe in that vision? So what I discovered after lots of trial and error, I know it sounds like only a couple years, but lots of trial and error, is that it's easy to attract the right people when you build a culture around a common mission. So our focus became, how do we help hardworking individuals improve their life and realize their self-worth? When we did that, we actually started making money, and real money. Write that down. Let it be a takeaway. Recruit and train by leveraging your passion for their success. If you truly care about your team, it's easy to multiply the size of your team. Folks will be beating down your door to be a part of the team. We developed an automated system that we put in place to consistently generate the same results like clockwork. Once we got these systems in place, our team was growing, and I wasn't spending hours and hours and hours on interviews or thumbing through resumes or attracting the type of reps that disappear at the drop of a hat. Instead of some course that you log into, you're going to get access to the same exact systems we put into place to help you attract the top sales talent while getting your time back so you can spend it doing the things that you actually enjoy. As an owner, you're going to be able to increase your income. But if you're not investing that profit back into the right things, you're going to hit a ceiling, the end of the road, the end of possibility. So how do we break through that? How do we keep that from happening? One powerful question we ask inside a Revolt is, why do you do what you do? Is it for the income or is it for the impact? 20-year-old Hunter was focused on that $1 million, and that $1 million became my ceiling. And so as I got older, I got married, I had my little boy Turner, my mindset shifted from income to impact. It completely changed the way I operate. It changed my drive to a whole nother level. The reason that I asked this question of everyone in the beginning is, if your only concern is chasing the almighty dollar and you don't think that you're ever going to be interested in creating a global impact, if the money in the bank account doesn't represent something much more meaningful and deeper to you than just a dollar sign, then Revolt's probably not for you. If you implement the strategies, you use the tactics, and leverage the relationships we provide in Revolt, I'm going to help you make a lot more money. There's no doubt about that. But what I want to create, the ultimate goal, is fulfillment for you, your family, your friends, your community. We only get one shot, only so many trips around the sun. How many lives are you going to touch? How many futures are you going to change? Through my effort on earth, I want to be able to impact 100 times as many people as I will ever be able to touch in my actual lifetime. I must do that through my legacy. So I'm doing the work now for the future. That is my legacy. That's what I'm carrying. It does require sacrifice. You do have to put your head down, invest in yourself, invest time, invest money, invest energy. I've spent hundreds of thousands on masterminds, events, marketing, consulting, training. The list goes on and on. I could go through all the consultants and all the courses that I've purchased, even when I didn't have the money, even when I didn't think I could afford it. I pulled out my credit card and I made the investment into myself because I knew there's no better investment than myself. I knew that I was going to put in the work to make it worth my money, and it's paid off. I make hundreds of thousands of dollars just off of rebates now. We're able to donate tens of thousands of dollars to the community every year. I can provide my wife with a life she never thought she'd have. And in the process, I found something I thought I'd lose when I left the fire department and stopped serving people directly. I found true fulfillment. None of this happens without an investment into myself, though. In return for your investment into Revolt, your income will grow exponentially. In exchange for your time away from your loved ones, when you are together, you can be fully present and not distracted with worry over finances. I know that feeling. You're going to be able to develop the relationships that matter with your spouse, with your kids, with your parents, with your friends. You know, they say, a fool never learns, a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. I've learned so much through failure. I've gained a lot more wisdom and more perspective than I ever would have if I would have played it safe. You'll get to hear about some of those failures from myself and the other guys inside of Revolt. You gain the wisdom and the perspective without having experienced what it's like to learn the hard way. The millions of wasted dollars, thousands of wasted hours, because your brothers in arms are there to support you and support you along the way. Not only in business, but in life. When you need that push to get your health right, you'll have that support. When you're struggling in your marriage, you'll have that support. You're joining a brotherhood, not some mastermind with a few videos to watch. My goal has always been to be the best version of myself to win, but that means nothing if the people by my side aren't winning too. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. I could give countless examples of people winning on our teams, and there's nothing that gets me more excited. From sales reps at Cornerstone, to people on the RoofCon team, to members of Revolt like Scott Riggs. He came to the very first RoofCon event in 2019, back when he was a full-time nurse. He came to the event motivated to change his life, and he did that in 2020. He went all in. He trusted the process. He made a shift from being a full-time nurse to a full-time roofer and did nearly $2 million in his first year in a non-storm market. That is what pumps me up, and that's exactly what we're here to do for you. Now again, I'm going to be real with you. Revolt isn't a magic pill. You are the owner. You still have to put in the work. Scott made a decision to change his life, and he put in the effort. Revolt isn't cheap, but we don't care about your money. If you aren't 110% in, then don't join. We only want folks who are committed to going all in and trusting the process. So imagine this. Your company is running like a well-oiled machine. You've placed all the right people in the right positions, and you've bettered their lives as a result. You have stories like Jamie, making $26,000 a year, breaking his back, building chimneys, to now making over $100,000 a year, buying the land of his dreams and giving his kids what he never had. Stories like Kurt, from no vacation in 7 years to blowing past six figures and being able to take his wife wherever they want to go. This year, instead of buying me something for Christmas, they donated nearly $1,000 to a family in need after their house burned down. I could go on and on with stories just like this. It's more than just your team, though. The folks in town smile and wave when they see your company truck roll by. Friends and family are excited to tell everyone they know what you're up to now because they know the quality that you provide and the lives that you change. You feel a sense of pride and joy in your work for the first time in a long time. You know that anytime someone sees your company logo, they know it stands for compassion, integrity, willingness to serve on a level that is truly meaningful. You are their lighthouse, their beacon, their cornerstone to the community. Closing sales becomes easier and more fluid because you know how to genuinely connect. You aren't just a company in the town. You are the company in your town. You have the exact systems and support in place, developed by the people who have been exactly where you are and overcome the struggles. Imagine how freeing that would be to finally have peace of mind. And let that sink in. I know it sounds silly, but let it sink in. When you finally answer the call to serve and create real impact, the rewards, they're endless. I know that you want to move from where you are now, doubtful, stressed, frustrated, and that's why you're still here listening. And we're going to help you build a business where you can achieve anything that you're committed to. But it's as much for you as your business, isn't it? It's freedom for you, your family, your future. You finally have the validation that your business is real and profitable and scalable. And with that validation comes confidence. The confidence to open a conversation with anyone, anywhere. The confidence to show off, make big business decisions. You feel re-energized and excited, happy. You're no longer exhausted, overwhelmed, and stressed. You're happy. You have a zest for life that you don't remember having before. You're making more money. You're investing in the growth of your team. The people around you admire you and look to you for guidance. You receive recognition from other industry leaders that might have never noticed you before, but now they're seeing life in a whole new light. You're one of the top dogs, an elite. You have opportunities to teach and lead others in the industry on podcasts and trainings, live at our retreats and events. You're on a new level. From your vantage point, the path is clear and you see a new direction for you, your family, your business, and your legacy. Now, I know it's crazy to think that just one decision could alter the course of your reality forever, but as the old adage goes, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. That first step here is revolt. If you were to take it, you would get that peace of mind and that confidence you so desperately need in your business. If you commit to giving it all you've got, no half-ass effort, you've got to show up for calls, you've got to contribute to the community, you got to be at the events. We will give you the formula if you commit. There's less guesswork, less trial and error, and more execution with people who already know how to make this stuff work, and we're cheering you on, keeping you on path. I want to serve millions more than I'll ever be able to meet in my lifetime. And how do I do that? By helping develop other leaders who then go on to help other people. And that includes you. I don't want you to waste any more time thinking about that day instead of living it. Look, I've tried all the programs out there, and the guys inside of Revolt have tried all the programs they could find. There's nothing out there that's the same as Revolt. It's not some package of videos. It's real people, real life, real problems, real solutions. So listen, if you're still here and you're listening and you're ready and you're willing to go all in, then let's go. You can go into this feeling confident, feeling happy, feeling certain, having peace of mind that anybody that sees your company logo runs to you. Like I said, this isn't for everyone. What does it really take to build a legacy? It takes heart, it takes hard work, it takes persistence and grit, and the dedication to show up every single day to continue on in the face of adversity. The dedication to develop an experience you care so deeply for in order to give to the people you care about, to solve the problems you know need to be solved here at home and there in the world for a brighter, better future. So my friend, you have two choices. You can make excuses and say you aren't ready for this new chapter because you don't realize your self-worth or tell yourself you can't afford it. Or two, make the bold move and just go. Realize that you can't afford not to do it. You can get on the schedule. It's easy to put down 10K. I don't mean to be corny, but you and I both know fortune favors the bold. I've just shown you exactly what we were able to do with Cornerstone and for others by using these exact processes. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on programs, and what Revolt provides is unmatched. It's literally a no-brainer. There's nothing out there that's going to give you the level of return like Revolt. So, if you're ready, this is your shot, this is your chance, your invitation to an opportunity that could quite possibly change everything. It's time for you to get started now. Book your call to join us today.